Two parallel pushes toward always-on conversation landed this week. ByteDance introduced SeedRealtime, a native audio-visual full-duplex model inside Doubao. NVIDIA published NemotronLabs VoiceChat 11B, a streaming speech-to-speech checkpoint with about 448 milliseconds smooth turn-taking. Both point to assistants that listen while they speak. ByteDance announced SeedRealtime, a single model that fuses audio, video, and text. SeedRealtime is live inside Doubao, but ByteDance did not publish weights or a technical report. NVIDIA released NemotronLabs VoiceChat 11B with public weights and a container, and labels the checkpoint for research and pilots. NVIDIA reports smooth turn-taking at 448 milliseconds on full-duplex bench 1.0. Takeover rate is 1.0 at 480 milliseconds. Training used about 550,000 hours of audio. Nemetron outputs agent audio, agent text, and a running user transcript. It emits tool calls on a side channel with on-hold messages. ByteDance claims joint audio-visual understanding, proactive interaction, and natural timing. Both projects replace cascaded ASR, LLM, TTS pipelines with unified models. NVIDIA built a hybrid Mamba/transformer using SALM Duplex and Audio Flamingo 3. It adds a separate output path for tool calls and for continuous user transcription. Tool calls emit a tool call block. Operator on hold lines keep the conversation alive while an API runs. ByteDance fuses audio, video, and text and moves turn-taking inside the model. Lower latency and internalized turn-taking change the user experience. Users can barge in naturally, reducing awkward pauses. Side-channel tool calling enables in-call API execution without breaking flow. That enables in-call actions, live transcription, and camera-driven procs. Practical value depends on reliability. NVIDIA documents context ceilings and multi-turn degradation that teams must test. LLM observability is growing quickly. The market is sized at $2.69 billion in 2026, up from $1.97 billion in 2025. Projections put it at $9.26 billion by 2030, at a 36.2% CAGR. Gartner predicts observability will account for 50% of Gen AI deployments by 2028, up from about 15% in early 2026. Open telemetry Gen AI conventions are emerging as a standard. Engineering teams face new requirements. Instrument with open telemetry Gen AI attributes to keep traces portable. Use nested traces and evaluators for agent workflows. Langfuse claims V4 performance improvements up to 165 times. Arize Phoenix reports over 2 million monthly downloads for its tooling. Operations must balance cost, latency, and traceability. Helicon provides a gateway with caching and cost dashboards. Datadog ingests token usage and model latency into APM workflows. MLflow and Arize provide deeper evaluation and RAG monitoring. Many teams will pair a gateway with a tracing and eval platform. Pilot opportunities include consumer assistance, contact centers, and live translation. Continuous transcription and in-call API calls are practical use cases. Open checkpoints like NemotronLabs VoiceChat 11B enable prototypes today, but should be treated as experimental. Key limitations are explicit. NVIDIA documents a 2-minute audio context ceiling and degradation after several turns. They report runaway self-talk and dropped words in transcription. Nemotron recommends a maximum of 5 tools per session and cannot call multiple tools reliably. SeedRealtime has not published weights or a technical report, leaving limits unconfirmed. Many teams still lack online evaluation for production quality. Unified, full-duplex models are moving from concept to pilot. NVIDIA's Open 11 billion voice chat enables research prototypes with benchmarks and documented failure modes. ByteDance's SeedRealtime shows a deployed example with fused audio-visual interaction. The production gap is evaluation and reliability, not latency alone. Pilot with CI gates and OpenTelemetry Gen AI instrumentation. All primary sources are in the video description. They include ByteDance SeedRealtime, NVIDIA NemotronLabs VoiceChat 11B, and a comparison of LLM observability platforms. Find the links in the description.